Montreal has a vibrant coffee culture, so we're going to show you 8 unique cafes to visit around the city. We are at Café Pista, which is in the Quartier des Spectacles area. And something really cool about this cafe is it actually started as a bicycle cafe. They would use the pedals of the bicycle to grind the coffee, and then they would sell the coffee out of the bicycle. But it has since spread out into 3 locations across Montreal, one of which they use to roast their beans. So they sell their beans in-house here, and they also have a coffee subscription that you can get. So that's what I'm going to say about Café Pista. I ordered a cappuccino with oat milk, which is my classic coffee order. It is delicious. Very, very good coffee. I might grab a bag on the way out. Also, I want to show you their bags because they are really cute and they are my vibe. I want to talk a little bit about the general cafe culture in Montreal. Now, it is very strong. There are cafes basically on every corner around here, and it's heavily influenced by the French and Italian heritage in the city, because cafes are something that are very, very common in Europe, especially in France and Italy. There's also a very strong influence of the third wave coffee movement, which emphasizes quality, sustainability, and direct trade with the growers. The cafes in Montreal really serve as community hubs where people come to get work done, post up with their laptops all day. They host community events, sell art, promote the local artists. There's even tables in this cafe, Café Pista, that say, hey, this is a zone where you're not supposed to be on your computer. So they really want to build community between people in these cafes. We are at a cafe called La Graine Brûlée, which is the burnt bean. And I got a cappuccino with oat milk. And then we also got an espresso allongé, which is, I ordered an espresso, but then they made it have a little water in it. So I don't know, we'll get to taste the espresso flavor. And I picked this cafe because it is extremely quirky. It is really cute in here. There's all kinds of quirky decor. There's this huge Santa elephant blow up right when you walk in, and then just so many colors and patterns everywhere. And there's even this little hidden nook with a TV that kids can go hang out in. So the decor has sort of a carnival vibe to it. There's a lot of yellow and red and white, and the very center of the cafe has this ring that's almost like a circus ring. That's just this huge table with booths around it where you can sit and enjoy your coffee. So I'm really enjoying the vibe in here. They also are open later in the day and serve alcohol too. So it's not just a coffee shop, it's also a bar. And they have some small bites to eat as well, but we're just sticking with our coffee right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and try the cappuccino. I think it might be a type of oat milk that I don't like, that has that's really thick and has kind of a woody flavor. But I'm gonna taste the espresso by itself. So the espresso is fruity, but it's not really acidically fruity. It still has a little bit of depth to it. Still a little fruity for my liking. I like a more kind of dark, robust coffee flavor, but I could still drink this. I think I prefer the espresso by itself rather than the cappuccino because of the way the oat milk mixes with that fruity coffee. But you know what? It's caffeine, so I'm grateful for it. We're at Café Sfouf, and we chose to come here because of the plant vibe. It's a very cozy, nature-inspired cafe. In the warmer months here, they can open up these doors behind me and let in fresh air, so I'm sure that it's really nice when it's a bit warmer outside. Also, with their coffees here, they serve what is called a Sfouf, which is a little Lebanese almond cake, hence the name of the cafe. And we got an espresso here, espresso allongé. The beans are locally roasted at the Saint-Henri roaster. So now we're going to try the coffee from here. It smells good. I think this might be the same coffee as, la Graine Brûlée. It's good, still pretty fruity, but has some depth to it as well. We are now in the Crew Collective Cafe, which is in the Old Town Montreal, and it's in a beautiful historic building that was actually formerly the headquarters of the Royal Bank of Canada. Looking around here, the building reminds us a lot of Grand Central Station. It's just huge and ornate. I can't stop staring at the ceilings, all the beautiful decoration on the ceilings. And I've gotten an espresso allongé, so we're going to sit here, look around, take in the view, and have some coffee. So something that's really cool about this space is it's now used as a co-working space and a meeting space. So you can actually rent out little rooms in here of varying sizes to have meetings or I guess get some work done. And there's all of these little details that are from the bank days. You can see like the lamps that are on the table would have been used in the bank, and some of the tables that they're using are like where they would have put stamped checks. So all of those little details are really cool about the design in here and how they've converted the building. We are at Station W Coffee, which is in the Rosemont area of Montreal. This is near the Botanical Gardens, so this is a good place to come if you're in that area. They have a lot of food offerings here, so it's also a good place for lunch if you also want to get a good coffee. We have decided to order an espresso, so we're gonna sit back and sip our espresso in this large, cozy, warm coffee shop. We have now stopped into Pikolo Espresso Bar, which is a small little place that you can grab a quick coffee. The founder of this coffee shop was inspired by the coffee culture in Australia and then decided to open this cafe here in Montreal. They don't serve any food here, but they do have some local pastries, so this is more of a quick stop in for a coffee kind of place. I ordered a pumpkin spice latte because that's still in season right now, so I'm gonna try it. I got it half sweet as well, so. Has a lot of really good, like, authentic pumpkin flavor instead of like kind of a fakey pumpkin flavor. It's good. We are in Little Italy and we have stopped into Café Italia. It is a really cute old school Italian cafe where you can grab a quick coffee and bite to eat. I think that the appearance speaks for itself. It's a vibe. But we have an Italian espresso, we have a little tiny cannoli, and something I wanted to mention about a lot of the cafes here in Montreal is that they're not just open in the morning. You might be able to tell it's actually dark outside right now. It's after 7 p.m. and this place doesn't close until 9. A lot of the cafes also serve alcohol and stay open later into the night. So you can visit a lot of these places even if it's later in the day into the evening. We are in the Mile End or Mile End neighborhood now at Café Olympico, which is a classic cafe in this neighborhood. It was founded by an Italian immigrant back in the 70s, and it used to be a pool hall. It just became a community hub and a gathering space for the people in this area. And as you can see behind me, it still is today. It is 8:30 at night on a Tuesday, and it is packed in here. So this is a place where people want to come, hang out, be comfy, have a coffee, have a pastry, and I've chosen to get an iced latte despite it being cold outside. And then we got a puff pastry and a pistachio chocolate chip cookie. So I'm excited to have those. And this is the final cafe of our cafe crawl, cafe tour around Montreal. I've really enjoyed trying all these different cafes. They're all so different and they're all locally, individually owned. And there's so many more. There's like a bajillion times more in the city. It's crazy to me how strong the cafe culture is here. Definitely something you want to check out when you're in Montreal, and I think that you could just walk by any cafe and go in and you're gonna have a good experience. If you like what you saw, make sure to give us a like, leave us a comment, hit that subscribe button, and yeah, see you in the next one. Espresso.